I was watching that I was running the show. Now Jigga got me muted and then just runs away. That's crazy. What's up, Junglegoat? How you been?
Good. How you doing?
What an excellent week of football. What an excellent week of fantasy.
That Bills-Vikings game?
Terrible time for injuries, but yeah, that was also a good game. I was on the Vikings. I took the points pre-snap, so I was sweating for a little bit, but then
I took it. I actually put a bet on the Vikings to win money line when Josh Allen was questionable, but I paired it with an under, thinking it might be a slugfest, and didn't hit.
Yeah, I went the opposite. I just took the points. I was going to sprinkle the money line. There was a lot of talk in Discord about it, and I was like, no, we'll just. I like the 6.5. I like where I'm at with that. I'm okay with that. I think it could be a full bowl game, but yeah, it was dope. That was a good game. That was a very good game.
That Justin Jefferson catch. I mean, whew.
He's.
I don't even know how he did it. It was. I mean, whew.
Yeah, there's no real words to describe him. Like, he's just great. That's it. He's just great.
How'd your fantasy weekend go?
I got smoked. Well, I didn't get smoked in KFFL, but I didn't win, so that's obviously great. Now I'm 100% out of the playoffs.
DED dead.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. It's like the weeks that I was going off, it's like Austin Eckler and Kamara take off and put up 20, 30 points, and then my wide receivers would like shit the bed. This week, Amon-Ra goes off, Hopkins goes off, and then Eckler and Kamara have pedestrian weeks. So it's like I just can't get anything to sync together. And then $4 Aaron Rodgers puts up his first 20-point game of the year, and I dropped him. No, I kept Daniel Jones. I said it. I'm fine. Daniel Jones is going to start my roster for the rest of the season. I don't care. Like, he's the same thing as Aaron Rodgers. He just has more upside with his legs, I think. But
100%, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers' first 20 point. It took him 10 weeks to get a 20-point fantasy game, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
but he did it, and someone picked him up immediately after he cleared waivers and started him. So good for them.
I mean, he's always going to get picked up on name value.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm a realist. I know what he is now, and it's all right. I'm okay with it. I accept the loss. Like I said, I'm not going to argue about $4. $4 is $4 in auction, but I definitely know what to target again next year. Like I think. Good.
Yeah, that's my first auction. I feel like
end of season recap. It would be nice to like go back, see what we paid, see how they performed, if they underperformed, outperformed. Like I definitely
that's
know
always
where
gonna.
You
could do that with you could do that with any sort of snake draft or anything really.
Oh, sure.
Back and kind of sticking. But I feel like what's a little different with the auction is you can have any player you want, and so going back and kind of look at like how did you build your team? Did you build for depth? Did you Did you go just straight studs and duds, that kind of thing? How do you feel about that approach? I almost feel like it's kind of a better recap because my most expensive player was I think Aaron Jones at 43 and Mark Andrews at 42, and I didn't have any sort of studs approach. I got a lot of guys that were mid tier, top upper mid tier kind of caliber guys, and just stacked my whole roster with them. And so I still don't have any studs really on my team. I mean, Aaron Jones has been a solid, he's a back-end RB1, but the rest of my team is just guys that I either personally believe that would outperform their price. Like Lockett has been an absolute monster for me, and Christian Kirk has been great. Yeah. But
Eckler is the only person I spent. I paid 52 for Eckler, and he's worth every penny. He's worth every penny I paid. And then he's the only person I went over 54, and then Kamara was
52 for Eckler. That's a great buy, I think.
Yeah, I thought so too. But then I got Kamara at $46. He's the wide receiver 13, or I was the running back 13. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely feel a lot more comfortable if
he hasn't been bad. Was in there, inconsistent.
But, yeah. I'd rather have Jimmy's in there to me. I think Kamara is just overall better with reckless Jimmy's Winston instead of terrible Andy Dalton. That's my man's. Yeah, but how'd your week end up going?
Good overall. I won KFFL. I've got a 20-something point lead on your boy Danny Bananas for our aggregate Steeds bet. So it's
I'll have to get him to send me his lineup. Did he send you his lineup or no? We should have screenshotted it last week.
He did. I can pull it up here. He started Aaron Jones, who I actually had on my bench because I didn't think he was going to play. And I had 2 running backs going Thursday, Cordero and Foreman. Got a little sketchy, and I actually leaned James Conner, who also had a great game.
Yeah, that didn't hurt.
Yeah. But on a Sunday game, knowing Aaron Jones playing, like obviously you're going to start Aaron Jones, of course. But Kirk went off for me.
Yep. Yeah, I almost did a DFS lineup and like.
So he had
everything I was going to use would have spiked, but the quarterback would have been sketched, so probably wouldn't have cashed.
Goff, Najee, Deontay, Foreman, Debo, DK, Terrence Marshall, Freiermuth, Aaron Jones, and Seahawks D.
Yeah.
It's
a startable team.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing really like
105 points or something.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's fair. Yeah,
I didn't realize, did you watch the pre-show?
I did not.
Oh, so Sir Pete's is the highest scoring team in all of KFFL. I didn't know that. We had our.
I mean, didn't he have? He had actual high score like twice, didn't he?
No, that was AJT or Alex, the Illuminati guy.
Okay.
But Sir Pizza. So we had the Steeds bet. I took him down by like 7, and actually the week before, or the week leading up to that Sunday bet for us, the Steeds floor went nuts, like from 0.12 to 0.22.
Yeah.
And so I sent a message. I was like, do you want to turn this into like a 2-week aggregate? Because, floor doubled. I'm cool with it, whatever. He's like, no, we'll stick to the original bet. I said, all right. So I beat him. And then he came back double or nothing. And I was like, we can do double or nothing if you want. And so he did beat me, but I would have taken down the aggregate actually. So, but good matchups.
Yeah. Gambling's fun. Yeah, I definitely had a better gambling week than I did a fantasy week, and I'm okay with that one. That I'm all right with.
Flip those for me.
I will take the gambling week. With UFC and football. Whew, cash some nice
one
parlays,
UFC
hit some
bet
nice dogs.
Didn't hit it, but
yeah, I parlayed the main card, all the fights to not go to distance, and it was like 20-1. So that was a nice cash. And then I had Pereira the last fight, had Poirier, had Whaley inside the distance. It was just an overall great night. This isn't the UFC stream though. This is the fantasy football stream. So we'll get into injuries first and foremost.
Yeah,
since there were a shit ton of them. Yeah, there was absolutely a ton of them. Let me see if I can get this. All right, yeah, we're doing old school. We don't have a.
Now, in case anybody's watching who wants to hire your graphic designer for this, who did you use?
I use Notepad. You want to go into the search bar in the bottom left or the start menu, and then just start typing WIN NOTE, and you'll click on Notepad. Free, full subscription paid. It's great.
New Glory, Danktastic.
Who makes that one?
New Glory. I'm in Sacramento. It's my favorite brewery here. Their tasting room it's all right, but it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's actually where our dogs go to school, and by that I mean like doggy daycare.
Yeah.
And so whenever I go pick them up, I would swing by there. But I wish it was closer to town. But I mean, consistently the best beers and most like robust selection every time I go.
Wonderful. That's good to hear. But yeah, so Ertz is dead. I mean, they say 4 weeks, but he's dead.
No, I thought he's out for the season. I saw.
Yeah, dead. Well, I thought it was 4 weeks. One of them was 4 weeks, but at this point we're in week 11. 4 weeks is week 15. That's like the first week of playoffs. It's going to be hard to start.
You're not holding a tight end without an IR spot. Yeah,
you're not doing it. So he's gone.
Dead.
Like he's dropped in my league already. Like I
dropped him in ours.
Also dropped. It's
Goddard's a little. So I just saw he had a shoulder. He's kind of week to week. I didn't see like actual prognosis other than it could be a couple weeks, but nothing definitive. So I don't know. I'd be hesitant to drop a guy like Goddard if I didn't have to without more info.
Updated. 9 hours ago they updated. They don't say how long. They just say extended time.
Okay.
Extended time to me is dead, but But that's
depends. Tight end's such a wasteland. It sounds like Goddard might come back. I don't know what you want to do there.
Yeah, like I said, it's just rough. Like at this point, like you want to get your injuries out of the way early for
Ertz
you
has
don't
been
have to worry
super
about
solid.
it now. But yeah, Ertz has been solid. He was the tight end 3, I believe, before he got hurt.
Something like that. Very high.
Yeah, tight end 3, and then Goddard was a tight end 4, so it's 2 of the top 5 guys gone.
Yeah.
A stab to a lot of teams. Cooper Kupp, obviously was he the wide receiver 1? Like
he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Dead now.
Dead. Juju, I don't know. I think it was just concussion, right?
Yeah, but it was nasty.
Yeah, it was dirty. It was not a pleasant sight to watch.
He did not look okay. He did not look all right.
Yeah, and then Marquez Valdez went down as well. But there's nothing saying that he's
on MVS.
Yeah, he's week to week.
No, he didn't play, right? He didn't play. I thought, right?
Against Jacksonville? No, he played.
He did play. Okay.
Yeah, only 4 targets. He played 84% of the snaps. Didn't have the targets. He had a touchdown.
He was just on the Monday injury report is why I threw it in there, but I also don't know anything about it, so might have overreacted there.
Potential overreaction. Sorry.
Happens.
Yeah, whatever. That's why we're here. But
Jerry Judy's he's gonna miss several weeks.
Yeah, he's
I mean, you don't want him anyways, but maybe
that sucks.
No, I don't know. Who do you want? Who do you want on that team? On your team?
I don't want anybody. Like that's the thing. It's like
I cut Melvin Gordon a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like the only person you'd want is Sutton, and even then, it's like it's just hard. Like he had 12 points this week off 11 targets, but 2, 5, 3. Yeah, like the 3 previous weeks before the bye.
12 points in full PPR is not great.
No, not at all. So he's like a back end wide receiver 3, like flex.
Yeah,
like I mean, tough.
He's probably bye week startup. Actually, they're playing the Raiders this week. You can probably start him if you have to.
They do play the Raiders. You should start them.
Yeah.
Let me see. Actually, that's one thing I want to look at too. Is the line on that game? The Broncos should be favored, but the Broncos defense is also.
Herbert's going to be out for weeks. I don't exactly know how that's actionable, other than it makes Montgomery a better start. It's certainly. I mean, Kmet has been killing it. It doesn't hurt Kmet.
The problem with Kmet is it's only been the last 2 weeks. Like, well, no, also the last 2 weeks.
9 points 3 weeks ago or 3 games ago. They're on bye, but so at least that wasn't. I mean, 9 points from your tight end is whatever.
They haven't had their bye week yet, but up until
he missed the game then, right?
No, he went week 1. Week 1, 1 target. Week 2, 2 targets, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 2, 6, and 7. So the last 2 weeks, he's at 6 and 7 targets. But before that, he's been on the field 90% of the time. They just haven't been utilizing him. But now they're peppering the shit out of him. 5 touchdowns the last 3 games.
He had 9 points 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he had a touchdown and 11 yards. Yeah, it was rough.
I mean, I feel like listen. I love targets. I think we both do. But with tight ends, I care less about targets because a lot of these guys are touchdown or bust guys.
Yeah, but he should not be. Like he's supposed to be an active part of this offense. Like that's what they said when they drafted him. That's what they said coming into this year.
Well, these guys didn't draft him.
3rd-year tight ends, I like. That's why I was high on him. But yeah, I paid for him in KFFL and I dumped his ass after week 1, I think, or week 2.
What's crazy is he's the number 7 tight end now.
Yeah. Well, 22 and 23 points. Yeah, 22 and 23 point back-to-back games will do that in the tight end world. So.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean,
Fournette, he's got a hip pointer. They're on bye this week.
I mean, White took over that backfield, and it was pretty projectable.
I mean, Fournette was still getting work. Fournette got the touchdown. It was. I mean, I think it's still going to be complicated, but if Fournette's out, then White's. I don't know.
Even previous to this week, he was complaining about his play time and usage. Yeah, I mean,
that's just who Fournette is as a person, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's
just kind of a whiny guy.
Yeah, I mean, they gave Rachaad White 22 touches and he went 105 with him, so he did a good job with him. And Fournette also had 14 touches that game, so they ran the shit out of the ball. But yeah, I don't know. Did Fournette go down? I didn't really pay attention to that game as much. Did he go down or was he did?
Yeah, he went down with hip pointer. I think early 3rd quarter. I don't know. It was, I got up for the game because it was Seahawks, but it was pretty early, and then my baby was getting up, so I missed parts of it.
If it was the third quarter, he only played 29% of the snaps up until then, compared to 64 for White. Like, I don't know. It felt like to me that they were just like starting to phase him out because they were both basically getting equal touches. Like the last 3 weeks, Fournette had 9, 9, 8 carries. White 8, 4, 6. So like they weren't really like running the ball at all. But I don't know. I just feel like they were trying to phase the rookie in at some point, and now it makes sense now that Tom Brady's 2-0 since his divorce, whatever that means. So maybe it's on the upside, the upswing here. But yeah, those are like the majors, and then the monitors are really just like, I don't know if obviously Kyler Murray's probably a big one. Jamar, like we knew he was going to be out this at least 4 or 5 weeks.
These are just guys like to keep an eye on whether they're going to come back or not. I think Keenan and Mike Williams are both practicing this week. I mean, hopefully Mark Andrews plays for my sake. I got him on a lot of teams.
Yeah, you did. On Andrews this year.
I mean, Carson Wentz is eligible to return this week.
Carson Wentz is not getting his job back. It doesn't matter. Heineke played like shit last night, but he's not getting his job back.
I don't think he played like shit, man. He made a couple big throws on third down.
He's a very good actor, also. Like that game, that game. Washington should not have won that game. There were. Well, I don't know if you watched the entire thing.
But I don't think that they may have won if things went a little more by the cup. You can't say they shouldn't have won.
The giant Dallas Goedert face mask, that was a complete miss. That was huge. And then the random flag for roughing the passer for no reason after he kneeled and flopped was the other one that just sealed it. Like, those are 2 game-winning like plays that just you don't get back.
I think the face mask one is kind of like dismissible in that it's just kind of a shit angle for where the line judges are. It's whatever, and it's a not reviewable call. Yeah. I think the roughing the passer thing was weak as fuck. But
yeah, that was terrible. It was really terrible.
I
will say this.
As a Seahawks fan, we've certainly had our battles with the refs.
I don't think he's coming out. I don't think he's coming out just because of what Ron Rivera wants to do. Ron Rivera just wants his defense to play defensive football, and he wants someone who's not going to fuck up at quarterback. Carson Wentz is going to fuck up at quarterback. Heineke can at least
listen.
They
love Heineke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know why he didn't start this year anyway. Like, he almost beat the Bucs in the playoffs last year, and then they just said, "Here you go, Carson Wentz," just because. So the first however many games of the season could have been different if Heineke was in. Like, to me, Heineke's just like, he's not a fantasy quarterback. He's just like, he's a good manager for a team like Washington that want to play defensive football. Like, that's Ron Rivera's gig. And he just wants offense to play smart offense, score when they're supposed to, and not make mistakes. Last night they looked okay. They looked good doing it. Against undefeated Eagles, but again, they did have help.
I think, are they undefeated since Heineke came in?
They are.
They beat the Packers. They beat the Eagles.
They won the last 5, I think.
That's all fucking Heineke. How could you possibly start Carson Wentz again?
Yeah, you can't. There's no way. Yeah, there's absolutely no way.
Yeah, I do think. Yeah, there.
The first 5 games.
Plus, his Heineke story is dope. He went to Old Dominion.
He's not terrible.
He couldn't even get a starting position in the XFL.
Yeah, he's not good. Like, he's serviceable. Like, that's as far as I'll go. He is serviceable, but I do not think
he's mobile. He plays hard.
He's serviceable. Yeah, he can do the job. He's like, if I'm down a line cook for the night, I would look for a Taylor Heineke to fill in.
Yeah, but yeah, he's got heart.
That's what you need, and he's got swag now too. I don't, they were they're behind him, so I wouldn't be surprised to see.
The way his contract got rewritten when Wentz got signed is he gets like $400,000 for every dub that he plays over X amount of snaps. So
he's rich. That's all I got to say about that. He's rich.
Well,
for a backup quarterback.
Yeah. You're making
he's no $1
million tax the highest bracket. You're not rich, but
compared to me, he is rich. All right, that man has money. But yeah, $400K per win is kind of nice.
Oh, it's dope. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but you're not going to live your life on that.
I would live my life on that easily. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
I mean, you're not going to retire on that. Like, he's not gonna, if this is
I will. He won't. But yeah, I mean, he could. Who knows? Who knows what he saved? You know. Again, he went to with the college he went to. Maybe he learned how to save money.
Old Dominion. There, I don't know shit about Old Dominion. Do you?
I know that it is not a big college. That is. For sure.
I do know that. What state is it in? I don't have a clue.
Is it Delaware? I'm actually gonna look it up.
Good enough for me.
I want to say Delaware. All right. It is in it's in Norfolk, Virginia. Oh, so he's a Virginia boy. Yeah, he's not losing that job. That's his. He's home. That's his stadium. And then Zeke is fuck who knows anymore. Like I imagine they're just gonna let Pollard have that starting gig and Zeke's gonna slide out of the rotation and just be like the reliever.
No,
but
there's simply no way that happens.
You don't think?
Jerry won't let it.
This is
There's no way.
The senile, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure the offense just moves better with Tony Pollard.
I agree with that, but I Zeke hasn't looked bad. He just hasn't looked as good. I think.
Well, if he's hurt too, that's another reason. Like the last few seasons, he's been like.
I mean, he played with
torn.
I think he had a torn PCL like most of last year.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I have him in my keeper, so like I have to keep him every year. It's tough because I know it's coming to an end. Like I know the inevitable's happening, and it might be next year.
I mean, is your team bad?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm saying because you could probably he still has value now.
I mean, I drafted. I mean, I don't know if Algier is going to end up being the starter next year, but I have Ken Walker as my like.
That's the same league. I was saying if you're not competing this year, I think you sell now. Zeke's your probably highest sale price now.
5-5. It's very very tight up in the top of this league. Like I think the team in first place has 3 losses or 4 losses. So
you're either all in or all out.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it's definitely rough. But Mike Williams, Keenan Allen.
They're both practicing this week, so that could be interesting. It matters on a few fronts. Herbert has been a wild disappointment, but I watched that full game on Monday or Sunday night, and he played really well. There's no athletes out there. Their best athlete, Jared Lover, got hurt, and then it's just Josh Palmer can't separate. You know, he's got the number one corner on him. He's not that guy. I mean, DeAndre Carter gets open a little bit, but he doesn't have great hands, and he's not a skilled route runner. Eckler's the only legitimate target in that situation, and Herbert still is looking all right. I mean, they were in that game that they probably
got peppered with the targets last week. Carter had. Trying to remember how many Carter had,
but I mean, if they're both back, Palmer is just kind of a hold since one of them's going to hurt again.
Yeah,
type guy.
Yeah, Carter only had
one of those guys plays. If one of those guys plays, then Palmer is good to go.
I'm trying to see how bad Keenan. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's tough with he's played 2 games this year. It's fucking crazy. It sucks, man. It just sucks because like we're watching all the studs of fantasy pass just like wither in front of us now.
Fellas.
Hey.
What it do, baby?
What's up, Jigga?
Make a little guest appearance, man. We're in person right now, so this is fun.
Get a hop on from Detroit. Is that what I saw?
No, we're in New York, kind of like upstate, outside the city.
Some of Detroit.
No. We're up here at Drew's spot. How you guys doing? What's good?
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Just chilling.
Dealing with this fucking East Coast 23-degree weather and raining right now. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, same, man. The drive up here was pretty shitty. It was.
I just turned the heat on in the house. I didn't want to do it. I thought I could make it till December with no heat, but this week it's supposed to be 20s, 20, 40 at night, 40 at night. Nah, fuck that.
But I wore a hoodie on my walk today.
Damn, must be brutal out there in California.
I honestly got sweaty. I sweated through my undershirt.
Fuck off, man.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
That sounds mad nice.
It's crazy. Can't complain. Although I got a cabin in the mountains we're going to go to for about a week next weekend, and we got snow up there, so that'll be good.
Nice. Good shit, man.
All right, let's finish.
How's your KFFL team looking?
I mean, Pretty mid. I had a good week. I came in a little hot in Discord, so people called out. Shout out our guy DJS, giving a little extra love. Smoked him this week, even though my dumbass forgot to start my kicker that I picked, or my defense that I picked up. So I had the Cardinals sitting there on the bench and 8 points. I didn't make it onto the squad, but finished with a smooth, I think 165. I think I ended up with. So not a bad week. But yeah, I don't know. Right now I'm sitting at 5-5, so I'm gonna need a strong finish. I like some of our. I mean, maybe something we introduce next year. Some of the leagues that I like to play in, like home league wise, is like you introduce kind of like a points for format. So if you're a top point scorer in your division, that counts as like a point, and then like if you win your matchup, that's a point as well. So it kind of like helps like equal out if you just happen to run bad with your matchup play.
Sleeper has an innate function already. I use in a different league where you get a point for your head-to-head, and then you get a point if you're in the top half of scorers.
Yeah.
So
which I think is a nice. It's a nice kind of like.
It's a great break. It's good. I think it's really good for parity and. I mean.
No doubt. So this is something that we can like introduce next year. We'll probably bring some votes up for some rule changes or suggestions, that kind of stuff.
Is there a committee for the KFFL?
Yeah, so Joe will be, helping lead up like a fantasy committee going into like next year. Well, especially once we get, like I'd say, like once like token launches, once we have more things set up with League DAO in terms of fantasy sports stuff. Yeah, absolutely. We should get a little bit more of the structure set up, and then it's like wheels up. With some really fun shit from there. So yeah, so really cool shit coming. It's just like two or three things in place, and then we're really rocking with it.
Every good fantasy league I've ever been in has gotten better the next year,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and especially KFFL wise, it's going to be like, no doubt. Especially when we make it into our own platform and all that kind of stuff too. That's like, it's mad exciting. It's like
nice to have essentially like like instant trades have like a designated trade review board, because when you're talking hundreds of teams, like whatever, you don't want any sort of collusion type stuff going on. So you have like a central trade review board, and then they look at it. Trades get processed instantly. There hasn't been a single trade in my division. I think the 2-day lag is a little,
I think in mine there's only been like 2 or 3, and I made one of them.
There's not been many. I mean, I am happy in the sense of like, I'd rather err on this side than the alternative where it's like, I mean, none of the mini trades are a bad thing per se, but like I'm really happy with how we set it up in terms of people having to vote to like negate a trade, which I think is a lot stronger than people who are just like you might not vote for something that like doesn't help out your own team, right? You're not incentivized
That's why
to
I think
do
you need the central board, because
I'm the wrong person to talk about votes. I don't think anyone should be able to vote on a trade unless it's obvious collusion.
Well, that's what I mean.
When you're talking about a league with hundreds of teams, you need a central board. Like,
right now, people aren't
that
voting
large with a prize that big, people are going to try to cheat.
Yeah, to your point, Doughboy, it's like people aren't, right now, the way it's structured, like people aren't having to vote for a trade to go through. It's only if people are like, hey, that doesn't smell right. Hey, that trade is like outside of the parameters, like what is like in fair play for the spirit of the league and stuff. That's the only time where people are having to vote. So like, very similar sentiment in that front.
To answer this chicken nuggets, it's this league. It's hard. You can step away, sure, but you want to be active because the $200 prize for top scorer. Like if you're in last place,
300
teams,
300.
If your team's only
you still got a chance.
If your team's only averaging like 80 points, you got to score like between 175 and 200 to like hit that. But like I can understand not caring then, but like
there's a dead team in our league.
Yeah. How many leagues? We had 25 leagues, correct?
21.
I think, and even 20. If I'm not mistaken.
21.
Yeah. Maybe 21. It was right there in the same.
That's 240 people essentially. Like I feel like we could do better next year. Like
no doubt. No doubt.
We can do better next year.
I think next year's gonna blow up, man.
Especially with all of the shit that's been happening in the last few months with KOD, all the like partnerships, all this.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Let me pull my squad real quick, and y'all can give me a little bit of a rundown on what you think.
Now, before you do that, so I'm not influenced. Do you want to take part in the next Steed side bet?
Ooh.
So I've done a few. Well, what I did do when the floor went up is I turned it into an aggregate. So we played 2 weeks in a row, combined score between the 2 weeks. But we can do a single week if you want. I'm in the middle of an aggregate now, so week 11 is claimed, but then I'm open afterwards. Drew took me for a Steed.
I like it. I mean, I'm about it. I'll be down for either. Like, if you wanted to go.
Floor on a steed?
It's down a bit. I think
1.5.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
1.5
or 0.15.
That's next year's episode.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's do. I like the 2-week aggregate. I think that's a fun thing. But I'm about it. Let's do it.
I like playoffs that way too. I feel like it's a little more balanced.
Yeah, 0.15. No doubt. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm about
That'll be week 12 and 13 aggro.
All right, book it. Clip that shit, Celso. All right, let me give you the rundown of the squad. Let me see here. Actually, I don't know. I don't think any of y'all are in my league, so I was gonna see if I can pull it up on screen here. But
there's a couple guys in my league that chat a little bit, but
I don't think there's anybody.
All right. Here's what I'm rocking with. So my strategy during the draft was not overpay for anyone. So I kind of set back for a while, and then I was really targeting at this point. And I did a shit ton of drafts this offseason, right? So at this point,
you've done auctions before?
No, not many auctions. Mostly like Snake, but especially best ball. Like I did a shit ton of best ball drafts for this summer. Yeah. So at this point in time, I was kind of running through like certain rotations of players at this point. Like even if it was not like I wasn't drafting a portfolio of like auction teams or like sleeper teams, right? But still in that mindset of like who was I drafting at this point in time. So I was really targeting like Saquon was like a guy I was going after in terms of trying to get like one running back and then stack wide receivers. So I snagged him. I got CD, who I was pretty high on. Pitts was my big whiff of the off season, which was unfortunate.
Probably everyone's again.
Yeah, that was tough. You hate to see it. Shout out Arthur Smith. Gabe Davis, I made a big stand on him. So that one's kind of ride or die with, hashtag better in best ball, but ain't mad at it. Like, it was fun having him on there. Kirk was very high on, so I have Kirk on my team as well. And I played Juju this week, but he didn't do too hot with the injury situation. So hopefully he's So I'm wishing him the best. Hopefully he is okay. That was pretty scary. That hit for sure. And then I've been rocking with Danny Dimes and Jared Goff as my quarterback. I unfortunately drafted Baker Mayfield, which was not by design or desire by any means. Even being a Panthers fan growing up, like I was not trying to rock my boy Shake and Bake. So he has been quickly let off the team, and we're rocking with my boy Jared Goff. Which way does the sunrise, and Danny Dimes? The 2 quarterbacks right now.
I'd say the unfortunate thing with the shitty thing with Kyle Pitts is like the last 3 games he's got 9, 7, 8 targets. He isn't catching the ball, and then I don't know if they're uncatchable passes or if it's actually just on him. But it's not like they're not like now they're trying to actively get him the ball, which is crazy. But it just sucks, man, because. I feel like they get a better quarterback. It's a different scenario, and then they fire Arthur Smith.
They need to show the desire to actually pass the ball.
Honestly, Arthur Smith is competing for the division with the worst roster in football. Now, some of his decision making
also the worst division in football.
Fair.
It's pretty shitty.
I mean, the worst roster.
It's god awful, man. The Panthers are fucking 1 win away from being like the 16th pick or the first pick overall or something like that.
That's fair, but what shit? The Falcons won 7 games last year with an equally dog shit roster.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't think we can say Arthur Smith's a bad coach.
We'll see.
I don't know. Josh McDaniels is a bad coach.
Would I say who?
Josh McDaniels is a bad coach.
It's hard to say because he doesn't have a quarterback.
Dog shit coach. Arthur Smith, bad coach. It's all right. See, I just cleared it up for you there. No big deal.
I tend to err on that side. I also have T. Higgins on the roster, by the way. So he comes back. We got him this week, which is exciting. And with Jamar, it doesn't look like he's going to be playing. So fire him up.
That might be bad for you, Jungle, if he has Higgins coming back off the bye. That's a lot of firepower because Chase is still out.
Yeah.
Well, we don't play each other for 2 weeks in the side bet, so.
Oh, you're not doing your Steve's bet doesn't start next week?
No, because I'm still in the aggregate. Although I guess we could overlap if you want.
Well, I thought we were overlapping. Do you want to? Sorry, that's a good thing to clarify.
Okay, let's overlap. Right. I like it. Start this week.
I'll set it to 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do. So I'm in one now that went last week into this week, but let's do ours this week. So 11, 12.
Yeah. All right, bet.
Yeah. All right. I like 11,
12 it is. Lock it in, baby. I'm excited.
I got. It's a good start time for you because I'm in bye week hell.
This week.
Currently, don't even.
This week is very bad.
Wide receiver on my team who's going to be playing.
Yeah, that's what I was checking to make sure. Do you have bad buys? If so, we can push.
Oh no, we can go.
Make sure it's fair in the spirit of
Okay.
You sipping on a little DJ and Haze there? Is that what I spotted?
No, but I'm about.
Oh, I thought that can looked like it looked. That looked exactly like it.
No, so this is actually a Dink-tastic.
That looks really nice. Nice. Where's
really
it from?
So I live in Sacramento. It's a local brewery here called New Glory.
Dope.
My favorite brewery in town. Highly recommend it.
Very cool.
About to give it to the DJ.
Hey yo, there she is. There she is. Yeah. What else is on y'all's radar? You guys going over a little waiver wire material?
Yeah, we're gonna hit the waivers right now. It's not very.
No, I'm gonna go catch into this Carolina game and probably spark up with Drew.
All right.
Yeah, no doubt, guys. Absolute pleasure. I appreciate the invite on, man. This is So special.
We're 11 and 12, right?
Yeah, 11 and 12. Locking in.
All right.
We out here. Cheers to that, man.
We'll have you back week 12.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, we'll tap in and do a little recap, see how it goes. We'll see if Higgins off the bye was the special sauce, or if I'm gonna be licking my wounds and send a little steed over. So we'll make it fun.
I'll be starting someone this week that is not currently on my roster.
Okay, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
I literally only have 2 receivers, so.
It really? Oh fuck! Really? Damn! All right, I'm gonna have to go scout this out more. All right. Well, good luck on the waiver wire. The next segment. Stay tuned. All right.
Wonderful. All right. I'm gonna pull up.
That was good.
All right. So you have yours written down. I have mine written down. I'm gonna pull up Sleeper, and we can have like the trending shit in the background so we can see ownership percentage.
I have my ownership percentage on mine.
I didn't put it on mine. I phoned it in this week. It's all right, you know. So put this up, and we start with quarterbacks. And my it's
I don't even use that button.
The quarterbacks are this. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see where Aaron Rodgers ends up on this thing week to week before you actually drop him. But
all right,
yeah, quarterbacks. There's really only like unless if you're in bye week hell and you need an actual pickup and start. I mean, it's probably Matt Ryan. Unfortunately.
Strong.
It's really bad. It's really bad against the Eagles, but
no, that's not right.
The upside's terrible. Like the upside of everyone else is terrible. Like you can go for Baker.
Bullshit. You got Mariota against the Bears in a dome. That might be an 80-point game.
Didn't they just have a dome game?
You'd like to start Matt Ryan
at Carolina. I would rather start
at Carolina in a fucking rainstorm. You see
I would take Matt Ryan.
Oh well, let's get a little side bet here. I'll take Mariota over Matt Ryan.
I'll do a side bet. That's fine.
All right. What do you want to do? Points? Yeah. What else would there be?
You just do stat lines,
Would you compare those?
Matt Ryan would definitely win because he would throw 150 passes compared to Mariota's 13. So I would win that. But
so I'll take total points on Mariota, our league scoring. What's the bet?
I don't know. That's the crazy thing.
You tell me.
We'll table it. We'll come back to it afterwards. But yeah,
I'll go anywhere from 0.01 to a night.
Well, we ain't doing a night. I'll tell you that. If I'm getting a night, the night's mine.
I'm telling you, you tell me. I'm good for anywhere in that range.
Dude, lock it for 0.01. That's fine. It's a cheap one.
Okay.
That's like a half a unit parlay bet or a half a unit bet, $25 bet, whatever. No, wait, what's 0.01? 0.01's like $10, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Well, I don't know. It's not very much. Well, it's like $20 maybe, $10, something like that.
Hey guys. I hate to interrupt you like this and just jump in. What's up, fellas?
What's up, boys?
What's going on?
How we doing, Drew? At some point the rest of the season, I'm coming back for that Steeds.
Yo, we'll do 0.02. I'm ready when you are, buddy. Especially if me and Selfs make a trade today. Listen, that's why we jumped on here. We were like, you know what? It's better to talk to the gurus while we're at it. I'm gonna take the overlay off for a second.
0.02 jungle.
You ready? Here we go. This is the offer that came in today to me. So Drew is asking for Jackson, Henry, and Taysom Hill. sending back Kyler Murray, DeAndre Swift. It says Smith, like an
Get
idiot.
the fuck out of here.
And Lazard.
Get it the fuck out of here.
Hey, you got to give him context.
Don't you have Burrow?
Smash.
I do. And
why would you want an injured backup quarterback?
That's why I'm saying smash decline.
Yeah, but he's day to day though. He's day to day.
Smash.
Honestly, this trade really is Swift and Lazard for Henry, and that's not a good trade.
This is one of those things, and I just got done saying I hate voting no on trades, but I would vote no on this trade if it was a league.
I wouldn't vote no on this trade.
I would vote no.
It's definitely not an unfair trade. It's a reasonable trade.
It's
because you also have to look at context. Like, if you who's your receivers?
I mean, in theory, Jigga would be getting 3 starters for 2. Taysom Hill has proved himself to no longer be start worthy.
Yeah, he's nothing.
I mean, this is not a good trade, but it's not. I mean,
it's not.
I'm not vetoing anything ever, but
it's definitely not egregious.
Unless it's some teams like 0-9 and giving away.
I'm open to counters. I'm open to counter trade.
See, this is the problem.
Jigga, you've been holding these 2 quarterbacks for so long now, and
he also doesn't ever give us his full roster.
They both had their bye, right?
They both did, yeah.
So you got to trade one.
At this point, right? And so that's what I'm trying to say. You got to trade one of your quarterback. Yeah, and that's why my counter, my counter is it. And you need a receiver, right?
Let's see the rosters.
I would like to see the whole roster.
Jigga, put both rosters up if you can.
The whole rosters.
Yeah, open your league up, Jig. I forgot you had your computer, correct?
All right, so actually, yeah. You know what, Drew? I think
that's easier for us.
Yeah. Let's see them rosters.
Yeah, I can see where your dog.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm okay with the counter. I've got some counters in mind. I'm deep at wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, I see this Smith guy that seems to look pretty good to come my way for Lamar Jackson. I don't know. We got options. All right, I'm gonna pull it up, fellas, so you guys can see the second.
Better and better hitting the 10 o'clock deadline with this show. I love it. Non-existent. All right.
Can they see the screen now? I'm about to share it with them right now because we've got one screen. I'm gonna take this off here. We'll go with my team first. The DJ Hazen hand. There we go, buddy. There we go. We gave a couple people their first one tonight. You could actually put on the trade thing. You know what I mean? Like where you actually go for trade. Counter, so we can see both rosters next to each other. Cool. All right, fellas. Okay. So here, counter. So let's break it down. I'm gonna take the names off so we can see them all. Yep. All right. So on my side here, I had to pick up Carr this week.
Why the fuck do you? Oh, okay.
They were both out.
I get it.
Right? They were both on bye, so I kind of had no choice, and it paid off. I mean, Carr gave me like 17 this week. I mean, I still lost. It was better than my Andy Dalton. Yeah. So, all right. So Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Henry Pollard, Tavius Murray, Claypool Trash, Bandy because I'm an idiot.
Let me jump in real quick. So
the Tony move was good for me. Tony was
Drew, you're looking to get Lamar in this trade?
I'm looking. He wants Lamar. I'm going after Lamar and Henry. That's who I want.
Okay.
So I'm trying to piece together a package to go after a blockbuster deal to try to make a push. Right. He thinks this is the FCF, and we're about to pull off Terrell Owens. I gotta take a swing towards the playoffs right now. So I'm going after. I'm trying to maneuver to get some good additions. But he needs he needs some depth. I need receivers. He needs receivers.
You only have 3 running backs on your roster, Jigga?
Yeah. Yeah. So I could go.
That's gonna be hard to give up Henry.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you start with, let's say start with the 2 guys I'm looking for. Let's see if I can piece this together. Jackson and Henry. Then we have Swift. And how about this? And then how about this? Yeah, I mean that's not happening. No. Hold on.
What's the thing?
Just check this out. Swift, let's hear it out. So Swift and go to my receivers real quick. Devontae Smith.
Nobody wants Devontae Smith in a full
and Kirk Lazard.
I'll tell you what. Okay, this could get interesting here. I would take.
That's a beast of a trade right there.
Now you could do what is it now? No, not yet. It isn't. I think you need Kirk and McLaurin.
Like you're giving up your running back, your stud, and you're not getting like DeAndre Swift just isn't. He isn't anywhere close to Derrick Henry caliber.
Swift is solid though.
So let me see your receivers.
My receivers?
Yeah.
Claypool, Bandy, the Tony one paid off. That's horrible now.
And what's your record?
4-6. Fourth place is 6-4.
So if you make this deal, then you should trade Chase to one of the best 3 teams in your league to get somebody that can help you now.
That's a good point.
You're not good enough to wait around for Chase to come back.
Right.
But he's a great bargaining chip.
Drew is in 4th place right now. So Drew technically can, battling. You're still battling, right?
You're still battling too. I'm saying you need to, if you want to battle,
we're both like,
you need to trade Chase and get the pieces that'll help you win now.
That's what I see. Like for me, that's where I'm going for right now also. So that's why I see he needs receivers. So I'm like, okay, I could afford to give up a couple of receivers to try to grab.
But can we all agree that first trade was not a good offer?
Okay,
not good. No.
I'm with it. It was starting.
We'll agree with that. It's what brought us to the table right here.
I just can't see putting up Derrick Henry for DeAndre Swift, who's literally gotten 6, 2, and 5 carries the last 3 weeks.
But I'm going to complement that with other receivers.
I don't think the receivers make up the running back.
His running backs are dog shit.
Like
so
he's
if he
giving away his stud for nothing.
I mean, Garrett Wilson's a fine start. Darius Tony's an exciting start.
You're making like Swift can't start. Swift is still a very solid.
He's serviceable, but he's not Derrick Henry.
No, he's not Derrick Henry. But you're getting then you're getting a starting running back and starting receiver back in return. Mm-hmm. As opposed to right now, he has one starting running back and his receivers are just not there.
Well, I mean, outside of this week, Henry's done decent. Pollard's
a starting running back.
Yeah, Pollard is hit or miss though, because you don't know when what's his name's coming back or when he's going to get some work.
It doesn't matter. He's still going to be playable.
He's playable.
He's still a back end RB2. He's going to get 12 to 15 touches. I think Pollard's a starter.
So that's what I'm saying. So Swift and Pollard is still a very serviceable running back core, but now he'll have receivers that could actually start.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't Henry and Swift be a fine pair for you? I mean, if we went with Jackson,
but I wouldn't trade Kamara. I'm trying to build around Kamara.
Well, that's that's
right.
You both have
that main running back to make. Yeah, we both have that same issue.
I'm basically what I'm trying to do is say, can I pair another RB1 because I have depth at wide receiver?
Well, the question is,
I think Kamara's an RB2 at this point.
Yeah,
I don't trust him.
He's not what he was.
So if you wanted to do just like a receiver for Lamar kind of trade, I can also think about that as well. If you wanted to do like a Devontae Smith for Lamar Jackson trade, I'm open to that.
No,
and keep it more simple.
But he's not great with points, right? Fantasy wise, he's
Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, he had one really good
week without worrying about the running back. Like if you guys eliminate running back from your
we're eliminating the running back for this part of the conversation. Well, you know what? I want to hear you guys throw out looking at our stuff. If on the table right now, I'm putting Lamar Jackson,
starting Henry and Pollard at running back. You don't have any depth, which is a concern. Khalil Herbert's out, so he's a non-starter there. I think. I mean, the thing is, quarterback's been really weird this year in that, in most years you got a lot of replacement level guys that you're fine having, and this year it's been like you really want a stud. And
you have Kirk also, Drew.
Yeah.
Can you scroll down, Jigga, a little bit? All right.
Yeah, I'm deep.
The only problem with Kirk is that he's on bye, and Jigga needs a win now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get Kirk and Lazard, and say give him Hardman and Jackson.
Lazard is.
Hardman missed last week, but he scored 20 points 3 weeks in a row before that.
I mean,
they're saying maybe 2 weeks, right?
What I could do for Kirk and Lazard potentially is a Chase and Jackson because Chase is not out, but I'll hold him for a couple weeks. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to do that because I'm still battling here. If I was
what's your record, Drew?
If I was 7-3, I would do that trade for sure.
6-4, I believe, and I'm 4-6.
I'm 6-4.
Yeah, he's 6-4,
and I'm like fighting every week to just sneak by wins.
Yeah,
but I'm almost there. I'm just I'm missing some piece here. I'm thin at wide receiver. Running back. I only have literally 2 running backs in the team.
I mean, you gain Lamar, you gain another running back. That's
what I'm saying. Well, I mean, listen, Murray when he's solid, he's going to put up his 20 games, so it's not a huge difference.
The thing is, if you get this trade,
Lamar is more consistent.
If you get this trade, you could trade Murray for a piece.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, in my league, like I don't even think Kyler Murray is very good, but I've been rocking this Geno Dak combo, and it's been good for me. But the upside of Murray in the right matchup,
and but the reality is, like Murray's
I have 6
also
starting running backs on my team, and I can't play them.
Yeah, like Murray, is very solid depth. Like I don't like. In the reality is, like let's say something happens in the last week or two, and Lamar gets banged up. If Lamar gets banged up, having Murray there to be able to step in, he's a 20-point scorer every week, is good to have. But so like I'm not like totally panicking there, but I can improve it. I think Lamar's an improvement. But like what I'm really going for is
Lamar's an improvement. I try to big Murray risk is he even going to play?
Yeah, that's reasonable. So like,
I think you keep him, Jigga.
It's tough, right?
What about like who's your running backs again? Who's your other running back? I mean, what about
Pollard, Murray? Not showing
Pollard.
You don't want Devonta Smith in full PPR. He's just not doing it.
He's not. He's better. He might as well just start Mecole Hardman, even if he misses the game. Like it's just not.
I'd much rather start Mecole.
Like I'm a Giants.
See, the problem is here's my thing, right? Chase is out, right? So receiver wise, I'm confident that I think Tony might be able to pull off some points for me if he plays the way he did, right? If I'm not this is going away. That's for damn sure. Claypool is a pain in my butt. Mecole, I mean, I'm happy with the Hardman pickup. I picked that up right before he went off that week, which was great. But now they're saying it's possibly 2 weeks, maybe even 3 with this injury.
Which is fine because you have Tony. So like you don't really have to sweat.
But who do I have with Tony?
Garrett Wilson's a great start. I mean,
right. That's what I'm saying. Garrett Wilson's my main one.
Well, he's a starter. I don't know, great start.
I said on my team.
He's like a 2 or 3.
My team. On my team, he's the best one I have right now because Chase is gone.
That's what I'm saying. So Kirk and Lazard give you a complete wide receiving core right now.
What do you want for Kirk and Lazard?
I mean, what I'm trying to put together.
Well, Derrick Henry's off the table.
Is he off the table?
He's off. I love it. I can't. Okay. That was the only person I spent big money on before I spent money on
I don't think he should be off the table, but you need a really good running back in return as part of like a compliment.
Well, that's why I feel like if I have Swift and good receivers,
nobody wants Swift, man.
You think he's
You're trying to sell it 11. Yeah. We're not selling him to us. Like that's the one thing. We both agree that Swift is not what he is.
Wait, what is the scoring difference right now between Henry and Swift? How big is it? Like in terms of average?
1 million.
He said 1 million.
It's the divide between you and I physically right now.
What's the average? What's the average points per game between the two?
Oh my god!
Average points per game for Swift is what?
I don't know.
13.55 per game.
Henry's the running back 5.
Also, you cannot do points per game with a guy who never plays.
DeAndre Swift is averaging 14 a game.
Yeah, and he's played what?
But he's only done 14 a game
probably only going to play 3 more
in that
games.
first game of the season. Well, hold on. So 820 this week.
I think he's only played 10 games in one season, the most he's ever played.
Yeah, he has 6 games this season. Like he's never played more than 67% of the snaps. Like it's just he's not like that's what I mean. Like you're trying to trade for a workhorse and you're.
Yeah, I can't get
Swift just isn't a workhorse.
Yeah. What was the average for Henry?
19.6.
So there's like a 6-point difference. With what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm also looking at like not the average. If you look, this was his worst week right here. 8.
Here's the thing: throughout the average, it comes down to rushing attempts.
That's what he's been doing.
Henry's getting minimum 20 rushing attempts a game, and Swift has never even sniffed.
I mean, if you want a running back, I'll give you Murray. Take Jackson,
week 1.
Latavius Murray.
What is the Murray doing? I don't even know. Where is he this year? I haven't even seen his stuff at all.
He's a serviceable dog shit running back.
He's serviceable. I don't even think he would play on my team.
To be fair, he has more points than DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, but his average points per game are 4 points lower.
But he also played 5 games less.
Yeah, I mean,
he's getting more touches than Swift. Like that's the thing. I don't look at average points. You have to look at attempts for running back. Like they're both bad. Like it's just Swift is not like I said. You're just trying to trade for a workhorse, and he's like, he's just a chain guy. Like he's
Yeah,
he's just not there. So like,
so
if you're trying to figure out a trade, that's like that's where you keep butting heads. So I would just eliminate that. Like,
so if we just focus on Lamar for a second, if we focus on who are your tight ends?
You have multiples for some reason, don't you?
Yeah, Ingram, Knox, and Hill.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jigga.
Pull my screen up real quick. I want to bring up that DeAndre Swift stat.
Amazon?
You guys read this book?
Calling bullshit?
The Art of Skepticism in a Data-Driven World? It's all about how to manipulate stats to your advantage.
How to get Derrick Henry on your team.
It's a great read, by the way. But it's also exactly what's happening right now.
I think you were there, like with the Lamar for like receivers thing. Like I think you can find something there. I just think you keep trying to like force Henry.
No, you guys are close there.
So like I think what was it? You're trying to give Kirk and Lazard for Lamar and who, or Lamar plus?
Well, I mean,
who's like?
I think you're closest with a Kirk, Lazard, Kamara.
Well, Kamara's off.
He's
he feels the same way.
Kirk, Lazard, Kamara for Henry and Jackson is probably close.
Yeah, but Kamara leaves me exactly where I am right now.
Right, it's not.
There's no point.
You get more consistent with Henry instead of Kamara. I have Kamara all year.
I think a big target was Lamar, not Henry. I see.
But again, you're gaining a running back and a half essentially with Lamar. Well, you're getting a half running back.
What's up with Hines? Why is he not like getting any burn? Why would they trade for him and get nothing for him and do nothing with him?
Hard to say.
Yeah, it's funny if you look at this.
But
that one's not even worth us switching either.
100% droppable.
No, so it's not
equal across pretty much on their points.
Yeah, Jigga, I feel like you can make so many moves on waiver wires. You have like 4 people you could easily just shit off your team.
Yeah. So wait, is there anyone good in waivers? I've been checking too. There's not that much great stuff there.
Well,
I don't know y'all's.
Let's hit it right now.
I don't know y'all's situation
because I actually think this is the most fun waiver wire week for like 4 or 5 weeks.
Waiver waivers.
There's a lot of good players going on here.
They're gonna. What did you guys put up for waiver wire while Drew and I are here?
I mean, we just did shitty
quarterbacks. Running backs.
Well, we started on shitty quarterbacks, and now it's 10 o'clock. So here we are.
Here we go.
Oh, you haven't even gotten to the best part is what the people don't know is Doughboy has to be up so early tomorrow, and he was like, "Guys, I'm done by 10 o'clock."
Guy has to make
every fucking week, hard cut at 10,
and all of a sudden,
hard cut at 10 o'clock. 10:45 rolls around.
Yeah, I'm stopping right at 10.
Bro, don't tell me about being tired.
Bro, you have a kid, all right? That's fine. You can have a kid all you want. I still got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do work. Like
4 o'clock in the morning.
I get up at 4 in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning.
A chef,
restaurant kitchen manager, man. I gotta work. I gotta make sure everything's good. And we got a fucking breakfast for management tomorrow.
Damn.
I had a screen share on for the waiver.
You have yours written down. I'm just gonna announce mine.
There you go.
Oh, you did all the extra work. That's crazy.
This is what they.
So running backs. I only have 4 added.
Rashad White, he's probably not available in your league, but
I don't think
he's on bye this week, and you might see him dropped. So what you're going to look for is check those like Wednesday, Thursday things. See if he got dropped for somebody who had like roster considerations.
Yeah,
Jaylen Warren clearly looks like the better running back in Pittsburgh. It's a bad offense, but somebody's going to play those snaps. Isaiah Pacheco is an absolute must-add.
Yeah,
he's only 33% rostered. He got 18 carries.
Pacheco's only 33% rostered
across sleeper leagues.
Yeah, not in any of my leagues.
But
Chef Eric
he's not getting any passing work, but they're all good for touchdowns. Kyron Williams at 42%. I don't think he's very good.
No, but it's still a handcuff for Connor. They just booted Eno out of town, so
no.
What was the deal? What was the deal with that?
Keontae Ingram is the one I'm thinking.
Why did they boot Eno?
Any answers?
Apparently, he made like a big stink about like losing his starting job when James Conner came back, and they said, "Well, whatever, not worth the hassle."
I mean, they have Ingram.
He's not like a super talent.
No, I wonder where he gets picked up though, because he's a young.
He got picked up by the Texans.
Oh,
I heard
that's it.
So he's behind Burkhead, who's behind Pierce. So it's like he'll probably get some passing down, but like he has to fight with Burkhead. So it's not.
He's droppable.
Yeah,
he's not.
Okay.
He's shit.
And I had him
in my dynasty league, but I liked him because he was a young little stud. But now I feel like I might as well cut him.
I think at this, well, in Dynasty, who knows? You got a 35-man roster.
That's what I'm saying. Well, no.
I mean, at this point, you keep him. this point. I mean, wait till the end of the year.
Kyron Williams, I mean, the Rams are dog shit. They might try to see what this guy's got. He's only played, well, he had like a 1 snap in the first game, and then he got 42%, or he got a lot of second game that he off injury. We'll see what happens. Madison.
Look, I just got to say this because I know I said it to you guys before. Doing a league like this, Drew, with the amount of degens from KOD, it's unfair. You're working with how many people do we have? 100 and
in the league?
Yeah.
200.
240. I just did the math.
240.
Hey, bring Pizza's comment on the screen. I didn't see him commenting to himself.
240 people that actually know how to play fantasy.
Yeah, it's legit.
That's what's making this so freaking difficult. Every time you look at a waiver wire, you're like, yeah, and then you look and you're like,
everyone's already got it.
Every single player.
All right.
No, that's not true. We've made several calls. Oh.
Hey, all right, guys, we're gonna go catch the Knicks game. We'll come back and let you know if we do make a trade, but it's not gonna happen. I will talk to y'all later. Keep doing
there's a
guys.
trade that's made. Keep feeding the beer.
I feel like there's something there.
We'll get there. Later, guys.
Later.
All right, brother.
I feel like they could easily just make the Jackson for the 2 wide receivers, and I think that's fair. Like for Kirk and Lazard.
I think it's a little rich for a quarterback, personally. No, I know. Pizza, I'm just saying, bring Pizza. Let's go. Actually, Pizza, let me send you the link because I had no idea you were the high scorer across all KFFL.
Oh, you motherfuckers gonna keep me up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, how in the world did you think that was gonna happen?
Crazy. I'm on Pacheco, Gus Edwards, White, and McKinnon with my ads. So Madison's handcuff. It's been cuffing season the last few weeks. We've been on the Pacheco train for the last few weeks, the White train. Like, I'm not on the Warren train. I passed on the Ingram train, but Connor's probably going to get hurt again.
Well, yeah. Listen, I mean, I don't want
to get. Yeah, no, yeah.
But there was 2 weeks where fuck, I already forgot his name. Benjamin. Where Benjamin was a good start.
Yeah, 22 point week, and
is likely to get hurt again.
Mm-hmm. But also, that's who knows what happens if they have.
I held Cordero. I held James Conner. I had Hollywood all through this shit.
Who was the quarterback that started last week? It was Colt, right? Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah, serviceable Colt McCoy, and he's still hucket chucket football. So yeah.
Lobby.
I mean, I thought the offense was going to be. I thought it was definitely
going to hallway in that hotel.
But yeah, they got it.
Anyways, Pizza. Actually, there's some great tight end options. I think. Stick around.
Yeah, I've got 4 on my list, 3 on my list, 4 on my list. But then again, I do mind what I would add. Like you go the extra mile sometimes, add the extras. I only put the guys that I personally would target. But I like how.
Well,
we
I think
never see
it really depends
anyway
on roster because
most of the time they're not going to be starters. Most of the time, we'll tell you who we're going to target first. But
Gus Edwards could be. There's a couple guys on here I feel like that could be legit league winners.
Drake looked good before last week. Like
Pacheco.
They also just don't ever have like a consistent.
I think if Gus Edwards is healthy, he's going to be the guy.
Yeah, that's their man. So they've loved him since they've always loved him. That's the thing, but it's always the running back shuffle down there.
Yeah, I mean Drake looks good too. I had him on my list, and then I looked at his rush percentage was higher than I thought.
Yeah, he's definitely up there, which is kind of crazy. I figured Gus would have been above 60, but makes sense.
Just the bye week and the injury.
Yeah, wide receivers do not. We probably have everyone pretty much. Yep, I have Watson at the top of my list. Slayton, Campbell. I didn't put Collins on. Wandell's fucking getting dropped this week from my side. If there's one of the other guys above him on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Van Jefferson. Yeah, Cup. Who knows what happens now? Because all the targets that Cup got, now they're just going to get sprinkled everywhere else.
Well, if you look at the list here, I think they go to Skoranek. I think he's a great, sneaky fucking full PPR. He might get 10 targets for 40 yards.
He's we have Cooper Kupp at home version.
Yeah, he's
the bootleg version of Cooper Kupp.
So many catches for nothing. But all that up. I think Christian Watson. So, what's the what are you gonna spend on old Christian Watson if you need him?
because we're at crunch time, right? Like it's probably like I don't need him. That's the thing. So like for me, I don't need him, but I spent 15 on Wan'Dale Robinson, so I'm probably gonna keep him another week because I needed him to start a week. But I would say if you need him, get him. He looks like he's gonna be it finally looks like he's going to be the one that Rodgers is gonna hit with. I mean, but then there's also Lazard too. He's completely like blanked out Tunyon. Tunyon's just non-existent anymore, which is kind of shit.
Yeah.
But so I think it's either one of those two. So probably worth paying up a little bit, depending what you have left on your bank account.
So in KFFL, I essentially don't have a third receiver to play this week.
Yeah, don't say your number out loud though. Remember, someone might try and hawk you.
Oh, fuck them! I don't care. Nobody watches this show. They're welcome to.
They watch on YouTube. They don't watch on Twitch. We always have the reviews on YouTube.
I know.
Never on Twitch though.
Let me present my other screen. I don't even know how I do that. How do I do that?
Yeah, I think you have to just. I don't know if you can share that. See, that's the one thing I was trying to figure out too. It's like Jigga always has like multiple fucking tabs open, and I never know how.
So Pizza just sent me a screenshot of the tight ends available in this league, and one of them is pretty close to the top of my list.
Good.
So I've got one of my team.
Pittman, you don't have Lockett this week.
No.
So you have Pittman.
It's questionable with a short week. I could go play, but then I've got Hardman, Hollywood, Kirk, out. So I got a bid in here now.
How much money do you have?
Most of it.
Yeah. They would probably be 20. Like if I needed a wide receiver off our list, they're probably like $20 ads. Just so I can lock it in, especially this week since you
I've got about $85 or so.
Yeah.
So I got 23 on Watson, and I've got 9 on Campbell. And there's part of me that thinks Campbell's a better ad just because.
I mean, the last 2 weeks he's proven. I mean,
safe.
even with
last
the
three starts with Ryan, I've been like 9 targets. Just gotta pay.
Campbell.
You gotta pay for Watson because he might just turn into. Remember when OBJ came back from injury his rookie year and just went fucking ham, like 1,200 yards, and
I was smart.
I don't think that's what's gonna happen, but I've seen it happen, so I gotta prepare for it. So, and then I actually kind of want to add both these guys, but I just really feel like
it's probably not terrible.
Kareem Hunt's probably droppable.
I would probably still hold him.
I know. I keep doing it, but he hasn't been.
But honestly, I wouldn't like. I know you're probably
the best handcuff in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Don't know. Like.
Also, if Andrews doesn't play, I'm gonna need that bench spot. If that's the case, actually, at that point, I'll probably got hard man. But
yeah, that's rough. I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't have held Hollywood as long as you did, but I understand.
I didn't. I picked him up.
Oh, you repicked him? I thought you had him earlier in the year.
I did, and then I picked him back up.
Got you.
Just last week, actually. They're saying he might even play this week. I doubt it, and he was like wide receiver 6 when he got hurt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the top 2 ads.
But I'm 9-1 in this league, so
yeah,
I'm gonna make some pushes for some players who are either hurt or on bye, or
you could also afford like a loss this week. Like obviously it's not ideal, but like
mathematically speaking, I could probably lose out and be okay. I'm second high scorer right now still.
Well, you have Steve's bets, so you don't want to lose any of these weeks. That's the big thing.
It has affected my team management.
Yeah.
All right, so wide receiver, Christian Watson, pay for him if you need him. I think Darius Slayton is worth, whatever.
Yeah.
You can start him. Start him until you can't.
I mean, this week you're going to have to start a lot. There's just a ton of, there's so many buys.
I know you are, Pizza. You're the high-scoring team of all KFFL. Doughboy, run through your ads real quick.
I have Christian Watson on mine as well. We discussed. I have Van Jefferson, who you have on there as well. You like Skoranek as the pickup. I still like my man's Allen Robinson to do better, but we'll see what happens. Slayton I also have on here. Paris Campbell as well. I think Paris Campbell and Watson are the top 2 targets. I do have Nick Westbrook. I don't think it's like a must-add, must-start. But, he has Treylon Burks. If he's not, like, super healthy yet, then maybe Nick gets more. They seem to phase out what's his old-ass name? Fucking Robert Woods, unfortunately. Bobby Trees. Seem to phase him out. So it might be a... Well, he didn't phase him out last week. He got 7 targets. 7, 2, 2, 4. He's just not doing anything. Yeah, they phased his ass out. Fuck out of here. Westbrook had 8 targets. Did the most with them. And then if Burks comes back, Burks was starting to see targets in the beginning. He saw some targets last week against Denver. So it might be the Burks Westbrook show, but yeah, I think you could add Burks, and if you need the spot start, he's probably okay. Where am I at? I have Donovan People-Jones. He's still getting the targets. Obviously, if you need a spot start, he's a spot start. I have DeAndre Carter as well. Monitor Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. If they play, obviously Carter's dog shit. If neither of them play, then it's the Carter Palmer show. So that's worth keeping an eye on. And we have that's it. And then OBJ. I don't. It's gonna be hard for me to start OBJ even if he comes back, especially this late in the season. But who knows what could happen with that?
Baby was crying. Yeah, I mean,
at this point, who fucking knows? Honestly, yeah, like.
Honestly, that's a question I have on the bottom of the list just because who knows? I'm trying to think of if he went to Baltimore, I'd be interested. I don't know where else he might go that would be interesting.
Giants are still like petitioning, like Giants fans are petitioning, but it's like at this point, like that's the thing. At this point in the season, like you don't know the playbook, so obviously you want to pick the team that has the easiest playbook for you to learn fast. But also, you're probably good enough where you don't have to learn it that fast.
Yeah.
But it's just tough. Like, even if you get him, like, can you trust to start him immediately? Do you have to wait, like, and see? And, like, we're already in the playoff push. Like, we're in the crunch time. So it's, like, it's hard to slot him in. But some people will do it. Because
the
upside is fucking...
11, against the playoffs go to 17. He gets, I mean, I don't know. It really depends on your roster construction. You're sitting on studs on studs on studs. I'd rather add OBJ than say, like, I don't know, most of these guys probably.
The only people that I think we covered it with Watson and Campbell. The only people I want to add and start this week are those 2 players. Like, if you have to.
I would start Skoranek.
If you have. See,
I could see Skoranek getting you 15 points without doing anything. 9 catches for 60 yards.
Yeah, I guess.
I actually kind of really like Skoranek.
7 targets. He needs 7 targets and 2 catches.
I got a $22 bid in for Watson, and if I don't get it, I got a backup bid on Campbell. I think for 9. And if I don't get those, I will pick up and start Skoranek and not look back.
That's fair. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no talking that down. Yeah. If you add Watson, you start Watson. Like,
I'm kind of actually wondering now.
Him and Campbell.
For me, it's a 1-week play because of buys. I got Lockett and Kirk on a buy. I might just cut those bids and just fucking pick up Skoranek.
I mean, I would leave a bid on Watson.
I will, yeah, but maybe not as high. But I might cut my Campbell bid.
Yeah, I would not put the bids in. I would definitely cut the bids. If you're not like, if that's your,
I think that's what I'd rather have Skoranek and the $9 than Campbell and not have the $9.
That's why I tell my friend like the same thing. It's like you don't need to add anyone. It would be nice to. So just put the bid in that you're comfortable with, and if you get
this week, I need to.
So I think that's why I say I think you leave the Watson like a heavy bid, just to solidify that, and then if someone actually just goes crazy and bids like fucking $30 because they need it more. Then the Skoranek play is a great fallback.
Yeah.
I think there will be options there. Like I don't know about your league, but there's always been like options after waivers. Someone misses something, but like I like to do that. I like to put like just a comfortable bid in, and then just pick the waiver wire afterwards. Yeah, I think that covers wide receiver, and then tight end. There were two giant fucking devastating blows to people's teams. They lost the number 3 and the number 4 tight end. So
yeah, I think they'll be out for a hot minute.
Yeah. Obviously, Cole Kmet. I have Foster Moreau. I have Hayden Hurst, and I have Isaiah Likely with stars to monitor Andrews if he's not playing, and then Juwan Johnson was also a consideration. I did not put Trey McBride just because I don't know if I can trust that. Like he's not Ertz, but if there's any of these other people out there,
Ertz's last couple years in Philly. I mean, I wonder if they actually that offense just values that role, and so is Trey McBride as a rookie going to be able to roll into 7 or 8 targets, or are they going to spread those around their like hyper talented wide receiver group? I don't know.
When did Ertz die? Oh, he died early.
Yeah, he's been kind of early in the game. Yeah.
So McBride ended up playing 91% of the snaps, only had 1 target and 1 catch, and he had a fumble. So they didn't really pepper him with targets after that. But it also wasn't Kyler Murray at quarterback. That could change. But that's scary to me. I think the 90% play time.
I think Juwan Johnson's the start.
Yeah. He's been I used him in DFS.
At least 4 targets in back-to-back weeks. He's also got a touchdown. He's obviously, can't count it as much, but
it could definitely go anywhere, unfortunately. Because it just be a fucking it could just turn. They'll get into the red zone. And it could just turn into Taysom Hill. But he did have 7 targets.
It's going to turn if Jameis Winston plays or not.
They had the opportunity to put him in the last couple of weeks.
Well, I guess they came out and said
20 days ago won't start despite being healthy.
Well, no. So what's his name? Dennis Allen came out and said that he would have already started, but he's got this lingering foot issue, and he will not be 100% for the rest of the season, no matter what.
He could just come out and say, "I don't like Jameis Winston as quarterback." He could just say that. He doesn't have to lie about it.
I don't think that's true because he was the starter under his reign.
Jameis, I don't know. I don't know. The situation down there is it's really blah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know if they actively think the offense is better with Andy Dalton.
Yeah, if I'm you, Pete,
that's crazy.
I'm going to roll with Juwan Johnson. Hope Andy Dalton starts. Either way, I think you start him, and then, Trey McBride's available too.
But yeah, it's probably.
I mean, if you could tell me Trey McBride would fall into half of Zach Ertz's involvement, then I would say then I would say Trey McBride. He was getting a ton of work, but
it's tough. It's tough.
It is. We have no idea what the involvement's going to be.
I would definitely target Kmet, Morrow, Hurst, and
he sent me a number available.
Yeah, he said
Logan Thomas at the top. I mean, I don't know.
No, I would pass.
Yeah, Heineke and Thomas have a good history. It just hasn't worked out since he came back.
Yeah, I don't like that situation with that either. Yeah, I think it's probably
honestly it's trade week deadline. I'm gonna be looking to make some moves in my week.
If you can make a trade, make a trade. I'm hoping someone needs something, but I guess
I have multiple starters at every position except for I don't have a true QB1. And then with Ertz gone, I've been rotating Geno and Dak.
Wow. I mean, that's fine.
I actually don't think I've had a less than QB1 performance on the week, but I don't have a stud.
I mean, that can be a stud when the time is right. But yeah, I have Dak in Dynasty. I'm just starting him. I had the opportunity to pick up I don't even know who else I would start.
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence was there for a little bit, and I'm am I really gonna start Trevor Lawrence over Dak? I mean, he's gonna throw, but Dallas offense is probably just better in the long run. But yeah, I'm right.
That's a good looking night with the red on purple. I like the color scheme.
See, the backgrounds is what does it. That's what makes the nights.
I know. My favorite night, I don't like the background in it.
I love my night. Pink background all day. Everything pops. I love it.
Oh, so actually the one I'm talking about, which is it was my PFP before my current PFP. I really like it. It's super unique, but something about that pink background I couldn't wrap my head around.
I'm sick because I wanted to get. I have the robot night. Mine's kind of fresh, you know.
You're one for the no stogie, that one?
Yeah, he's kind of fresh, you know what I mean? Oh, he doesn't have the pink background. I have it audible. I had my friend Photoshop my knight and my steed in the same picture, like my Twitter profile. But they both look sick. But yeah, my knight's kind of fresh. He's got colors, and colors are nice. But I'm sick because I wanted to get another robot, but the robot floors, it's 0.45. I mean, robot floors obviously up from when I wanted to get one, and then last week it was up even more.
Do you have a non-robot you want to trade? I got a bunch of robots I don't care about.
I have one knight and one steed. That is how I roll. That is how I roll for now. But yeah, I got blessed
or something.
I got blessed with Zedrun dropped their token, and I converted their tokens to ETH and bought my knight immediately. So that was the play for me. That's how I got in. I have George Pickens playing this week. Better to drop him, pick up Darius Slayton, and play him instead.
Do you have nobody else you could drop?
I feel like...
I don't really want to drop George Pickens.
The last 2 weeks for Pickens have been... I
just don't want to drop him.
He rushed for a touchdown this past week. He only had 4 targets. I don't want to drop him either. I don't think you drop him. I think he has a matchup coming up.
You could drop Tennessee. The defense?
Do you have 2 shitty defenses?
If you're carrying defenses more than one, then yes, drop the defense.
Do you have Aaron Rodgers? You could drop Aaron Rodgers also. But definitely drop the shitty defense if you have 2.
When they play Tennessee, the only thing you do at Tennessee is throw against them. You cannot run on Jeffrey Simmons.
Who do they play this week? They don't have...
Thursday night, Tennessee, in Green Bay.
Oh, in Green Bay. Yeah.
You beat Tennessee by throwing on them.
Well, $4 Aaron Rodgers is back in play.
I might actually bench Aaron Jones again.
Do we have anybody? I'm trying to see about any of these people.
Well, I'll tell you what, Genwire. We're ready for the defenses then. Give me the stream.
Chargers or...
Because there's a lot of good defenses to play this week. A couple been dropped because of bye weeks. But, Commanders are a great play at Houston.
There is a typo. The bottom, it should say Josh McDaniels. Should not say Derek. Should definitely say Josh McStupid Fuckface Daniels. Worst coach ever. Drafted fucking Tim Tebow.
No, bro.
No call, no showed on a contract. Fuck Josh McDaniels. Jacob, clip this and send it to Josh McDaniels for me.
That might be fine, but have you watched Derek Carr play?
I've watched him play for the last 10 years or eight seasons.
And are you pro Derek Carr?
It's my man's. He's not great. I will tell you this: I
don't understand.
He's a serviceable plus quarterback. But I'm telling you right now,
literally, he's never made a play happen in his career that I've seen.
He has the most comeback victories ever now.
Yeah, but you just watch him play. He just throws into coverage and hopes for PI. His decision making is fucking garbage. He was 1 for 8 for throws over 10 yards on field.
Listen,
it was really hard to watch rooting for him.
When you listen, I was in a situation last year where I hated showing up to work, knowing that I'm putting in the best of my ability and everyone else around me is calling it in, just isn't showing up. It fucking sucks. And he's playing on a football team where you have to win. If I show up to work and I'm trying to win and the rest of my team is just whatever, fuck it. what do you want me to do? Like, how bad do you want me to be dedicated? Like, and he's dedicated 100%, which sucks. But like,
I'd like to think that I might inspire my coworkers.
He's not terrible. Yeah, listen, I was considered toxic by those people, and now I'm a fucking manager. So here we are. But yeah, like I think he's a serviceable quarterback. I think he's fine. I don't think he's like I'll never know what he could have been because he has never played in a consistent fucking offense. Ever. I mean, he's never had a consistent coach ever. He's had to deal with Henry Ruggs situation. He's had to deal with fucking Chucky situation. He's had to deal with all these like dog shit situations with his teammates getting in all kinds of crazy shit, like just not having weapons around him for a while. Now he has a head coach who just doesn't want to win. Like they were 10-17 last year. Like they're not a shit team. Like that's the crazy part.
Why did they just keep their interim coach who fucking
I don't know. That's what Bisaccia was fucking awesome. He was a player's coach. Josh McDaniels is not a coach. That's the problem. Yeah, Bisaccia.
A lot of the feedback coming out is that they don't want to fucking, they don't want to
eat the contract.
New Patriots.
Well, whatever. Like when GMs realize that there's only one Bill Belichick and nobody else will be a Bill Belichick, then they'll stop hiring these fucking bums. Like, not a single coach that has come off his tree yet has done anything worth a goddamn. Like, they are shit. But anyway, Ravens defense is great. Patriots defense is even greater. I definitely like Washington's defense. Broncos probably okay, but they're probably going to get torched.
Honestly, they're only like number 19 on the year, but they've never hurt you.
They've
only so if the Broncos scored, I just saw this the other day. If the Broncos scored 19 points every game, they'd be undefeated.
Yeah, that's it.
That's insane.
They don't have a quarterback that can get him there. It's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, I've been saying if Mark Davis was anything remotely close to what his father was, McDaniels would have been fucking gone already. But he's not his father, and it's very evident that he's not his father. Maybe he's just trying not to be him. That's the thing. He's trying to give these coaches the benefit of the doubt and give them their contracts to play out. But
well, in fairness, I do think it takes a while to build a program.
Dude, you can't come on with a playoff. You can't get handed a playoff team and then we're rebuilding.
Bro, they were by far the worst playoff team.
They were 10. It doesn't matter. Playoff team's a playoff team. The fucking Seahawks made the playoffs with a losing record. They're still a playoff team. Beastquake.
They weren't very good.
Doesn't matter. They were a playoff team. They made the playoffs. Their record didn't reflect it, but they won a playoff game.
Beast mode.
Yeah, that's fine. But the Raiders won 10 games. They earned their playoff spot. Like, you can't just say, and then you traded for fucking Devontae Adams. You gave up 2 first-round picks for Devontae Adams, and we're in a fucking rebuild?
In fairness, the way they draft, that's still probably a win.
It's fine, but you can't say we're in a rebuild when you give 2 draft. Like, you can't do that. That's just not how it works. That's not a rebuild.
It would be hard to get a new Alex Leatherwood without those picks.
That's fine. Leatherwood's dead now. The kid that's replacing him
dead now.
Broken. Listen, I didn't like any of the drafts. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what the reason was behind cutting our safety last week. Like, I liked him. Not Jamal Adams. I considered him Jamal Adams. Baby Jamal Adams.
I've been wildly disappointed with Jamal Adams.
He was good the first year you got him. I loved him the first year. I like that defense.
Kind of. He was essentially just like an overpaid linebacker. Like, he's terrible in coverage. And the way that our defense works, the safety has to be able to cover.
He was a good rah-rah man. All he needed was one good hit, and that was enough to bring the defense from the graves to floating in the sky like angels.
No, the thing is, my favorite defensive player of all time is Cam Chancellor, and he's that good guy.
Yeah. Maybe you just didn't get to have like the New York Jets Jamal Adams.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
I was excited when we got him. I thought we were paid.
That's the Jamal Adams I like.
See if he's worth it, because sometimes they are. Like, Jalen Ramsey's been worth that.
Yeah, but I like that Jamal Adams. That was my favorite version. But I did like him like the first year with Tennessee. Obviously, I don't watch his games as close as you do.
It's probably the worst trade in Seattle's history.
I mean, that's probably not terrible. You guys don't make a lot of trades, honestly. I can't name like a big trade. I mean, you guys didn't trade for Tyler Lockett.
We shipped a first and some other stuff out for Percy Harvin.
Percy, that was the big one. But that was like fucking 10 years ago or 15 years ago.
But he also returned a kick in the Super Bowl. And
he did.
He was, I think we would have won it without him, but he was integral that year.
Yep. The only I have two other defenses on my list that aren't on yours. Yeah. I have the New York Football Jets and the Minnesota Vikings as two sneaky starts I like this week.
What the Vikings got?
The Vikings are at home against. Where the fuck did they go? They're home against Dallas.
Why do you like that?
I like them being at home, and they played pretty solid when they get their shit together against the Bills, who were obviously like a stacked team, and Allen might have been hurt. But I think the Cowboys, like, I still think Dak
weird safety fumble thing.
I think Dak is like he's not great. He's serviceable plus at this point, but he also makes mistakes. So
he's probably 2 echelons above Derek Carr.
I mean, that's fine. He definitely has more interceptions than Derek Carr does, though. That's for sure.
How would you compare Carr and Heineke?
I would start Carr. Carr has touchdown.
In fantasy equity. Or real life?
Both. I would take the touchdown equity and the long ball over no long ball and no touchdown equity.
I would also start. Actually, God, no. You know what? Another vet. So Carr's got Denver. Heineke's got Houston, which Houston's probably means that I know, but they're going to run all. They're not going to throw. Why would they?
Yeah, I don't know how that game's going to go.
I'll tell you what. We could do one of two things. I would take Heineke over Carr, but I'm going to need a -1.5. And then the bet range is whatever you want.
You need +1.5?
I need 1.5 points to the Heineke stat line.
Yeah. So I need to beat you by 2 points.
Or 1.55 since it's fantasy.
Sure, yeah. Sure. Both on the road, both dog shit. I'll fucking lock it in.
Both on the road, both dog shit.
Do we do that one for the same thing? 0.02? Which is essentially right. Like, they're both like $25 bets, essentially.
So we've got 2 bets.
So it's my Matt Ryan versus your Mariota. Most points, most fantasy points. And then you get the handicap with Heineke and Carr. I get Carr -1.5. You get Heineke +1.5.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
And they're both 0.02?
Yeah.
Carr versus Heineke +1.5.
Yeah, there's a world I end up sending you PayPal instead of ETH because I have one and not the other.
Whatever you want.
I might have both. I mean, listen, currency's currency, but I don't know. I don't know which one's worth more at this moment, USD or ETH.
Well, if you want, we could lock it in at US dollar value.
Nah, I don't give a shit. It's 2.02. If it spikes over the weekend, it spikes over the weekend.
I don't think it's going to.
I think we're comfortable where we're at right now. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. I like the side bet action.
Yeah, I'm not at the. I don't want to withdraw from my gambling account to support buying a steed for somebody. I'd rather buy a steed for myself. So we'll see how I go after this weekend. If I get my fucking teaser, man. I got hosed on a teaser again. The fucking Browns, I had +9.5, and they lost by 10.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Betting against that Miami offense is tough.
I definitely thought they could cover. Like the additional 6 points, I didn't think they were alive for +3. There's a lot of people.
I made a worse mistake. I had a 16 parlay that 5 hit.
What did I tell you?
The motherfucking Raiders.
What did I tell you? When you need the Raiders, They fuck you the hardest. I also sat up here and said taking the points for Indy is probably the best bet of the week, but also sprinkling the money line was worth it also. Yeah. And I think Jen Moore was in the he's one of my homies, but I told him in the group chat, I said, bet the Colts money line.
I said not know they're gonna start Matt Ryan.
Well, that's the one thing that's different from Frank Wright and this no-name coach that they got. Sometimes you got to go with the vet, you know? It wasn't obvious, but like it was kind of assumed that was going to happen. Like I thought they would go back to Ryan, but also like I understand what Frank Reich was trying to do, but yeah, you go back to the vet all the time, especially if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like I would rather have the vet in there running my offense while I'm trying to learn how to coach a football team rather than have a fucking rookie who I have to constantly yell at because I don't know what they're doing and what mistakes they're making. But yeah, I think as long as they have Matt Ryan, they can probably like cover some spreads and or win some close games. But yeah, I don't know. Let's go Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, baby. God damn it.
I think we're
Matt Ryan has to start Sunday also. There's a world where we're sitting here talking about there's a world where they just say, you know what, fuck, we'll put the rookie in. We'll see what happens. We just want to assault the Raiders.
I would say let's do this. All 4 quarterbacks start or they're all wash.
That's fine. They'll probably all start. I mean,
the
2 bottom
might not start and Heineke might not start.
No, Heineke's definitely starting.
If all 4 start, all bets are on.
Well, also, like if it comes down
I think we're going to push, honestly. I think Mariota is going to beat Ryan, and I do think Carl will probably outscore Heineke by 1.5.
I think
we're going to push.
I'm sweeping this. I'm sweeping the bet here. Hell yeah.
No.
I'm telling you right now.
Pushing or losing.
I'm sweeping. You just don't understand. You just don't know Matt Ryan like I know Matt Ryan. Especially against the Eagles that just lost to Taylor Heineke. And they just got like, I don't know, man. It might be a complete slaughter, but the thing I do have going for me is Matt Ryan will have to throw the ball or get benched. One of the two. One of those two things is going to happen. Ryan's going to throw the ball or he's going to get benched.
Yeah.
I like to throw the ball option better. Because in hindsight, the Eagles should completely destroy them and win by 2 touchdowns.
The Bears-Falcons game is going to be a shootout.
The Bears, you think so?
Yeah.
I don't think the Bears defense is dog shit terrible. I think they can definitely compete
only
against...
2 good players.
That's all right. I think they can still compete against Mariota. All right, who's better? Oh, fuck, it's terrible. They played Detroit. Is Goff better than Mariota?
Yes, but how do you mean?
And just
as an NFL quarterback?
Yeah.
I think Goff's better than Mariota.
All right. So that was expected blowout last week. They did that. And then Carolina, Mariota put the points up against Carolina, but they were already losing by then. So he had to throw. Yeah, I don't know. I like my position, honestly. I really do. I mean, they're not good positions. I don't like either of them, but
this is just it's a fucking hogwash.
Sorry, I like these prop bets. I like these little bets.
Oh, they're fun. They're fun.
For sure. But yeah, I'll definitely from here out, I'm more inclined to do these than I am to do. Well, maybe we'll see about Steed. If I scoop you this week, then we're a third of a way to a Steed, so we can build our way up there. It's got to got to take some pesos here and there, but yeah, I think it's gonna be. Might have a new installment. Might just have to have a little side thing.
I think honestly, segment. We should probably do this. Brings people on, do a couple of little side bets here and there.
I know Danny Bananas 100% would be in. I'm sure like Emperor would be in for that kind of shit. Like, we could probably get something going. Let's try and make it happen next week.
Let's bring that in as a little early segment next week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm staying on until 11 every Tuesday anyway, so it's par for the course at this point. I'm just fucking dealing with it. That's the show. 2 weeks in.
You gotta get up early though, right? You said
I gotta get up at 4. It's fine.
Yeah, I gotta get up at.
Like I said, I'll get up. I'll get to work at 7:00. I'll be able to walk up to the baristas and ask them for my quad macchiato, and I'll slug that down, and I'll go about my day. And I'll be fine.
You should make cold brew at home.
I do make cold brew, but we also have cold brew on tap, nitrous. But like, I don't drink. Like, I used to drink a quart of cold brew every day at work in my 8-hour shift. Now, obviously, it's probably not good. But I just don't like drinking a cup of coffee like while I'm at work. So I get my 4 shot. My original order was I just want 4 shots of espresso and a splash of steamed milk, which I was told is a macchiato. So that's what it is. I just want 4 shots of fucking espresso with a little bit of steamed milk. That's all I want. And that's good enough for me for probably from 7. That'll get me to like 11:30, and then I'll have another one to like close out the day and then go home. But like, we have all this, like, I can get whatever I want. I just don't like drinking I like being at home to drink a mug of hot coffee. Like, I don't like just getting a cup of hot coffee at work.
Cold brew is cold.
Yeah, I know. I like cold brew. I just would rather have espresso. It's less to drink, and then I just drink a ton of water throughout the day instead of drinking giant cups of coffee.
I mean, we make some very.
I have a cold brew. I have a little KitchenAid like cold brew maker with the fucking strainer and all that shit. But like, I can just get it at work on draft and bring it home. Like, I could just tap a half gallon and bring it home and have it. So there's really no point for me to make it. I just have boxes of coffee sitting on the fucking the counter. Oh yeah, that's like the one good thing about working there. It's like I have my perks. I get free coffee. I take coffee home whenever I want, and we get 2 boxes of fucking $16 coffee every week, included into our like cash out. So I got so much coffee.
Yeah, if I need stitches or anything, I can just do them for free.
That's juice. I don't cut myself as much as I used to. Well, I don't cut myself as much anymore. But even when I do, like, I had a couple that probably needed stitches, but I just let it heal.
No, I mean, modern day skin glue is better than sutures in a lot of instances, unless you're trying to bring up like deeper layers.
Yeah,
like a relatively superficial cut that needs stitches. You're better off gluing it.
Yeah, I'll have to get some.
Problem is, people do it themselves. They don't clean it out that well.
Yeah, that's the one thing at work when I tell someone, I'm like, yo, did you cut yourself? They're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, get it underwater and get the disinfectant shit and just fucking get it in there, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, a lot of people. I mean, I'm a grunt line cook. When I cut myself, I wrapped it and got back to the job, like, and worried about it after my shift. So I never really like paid attention. I cut my fingertip off the one time. It was pretty dope. Like the tip of my thumb, just like straight off, and then just like pressed it, wrapped it, and got back to work. And then it eventually grew back. You know.
Right. I mean, I saw some in 5 years.
I saw some meat. You know, I saw some layers. Probably should have went to the doctor and got something done about it, but I just ripped the little tab off and got back to work. Oh, fucking A. I wish I took better care of myself.
Yeah.
One day.
Combat medic in the Army for 5 years.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I'm not worried about it. I'm like, when I cut myself, I don't really worry about it. Like I said, I'm not get back to work mentality.
You'll know when you need to worry.
Oh yeah. I cut myself pretty bad the one time. Like, my knife went through my fingernail, but didn't come completely, like, I couldn't take my nail completely off. And I probably should have went to the hospital for that, but I didn't.
Did I jam my fucking finger one time so bad? It was like swelling, and it was like making the actual like enamel on my nail like bubble. And
you gotta take the pin, right? Hot pin.
My dad drilled into it with a fucking drill.
Oh, see, that's too much. Oh, you need
hit it. It was just pin. Like blasted.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was like instantly like, ooh, that's better.
That's what I had with mine. Like, I pressed on mine like this, and it looked like grape jelly. It was just like a terrible hematoma. I was like, yeah, I probably should have went to the fucking doctor. Yeah. I had a nice one on the top of my hand too. Like, I have a scar right here, but like I got in a car accident. My hand was like swollen so much. It was like that high off. And there was a hematoma underneath, and like I squeezed it the one day because I was cleaning it, and it just I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like I don't know, it's weird shit like that. I'm like, man, that's kind of cool. But no one, obviously, other people find that, like, there's the only people that remotely would probably like that are the people that watch the pimple popping videos. So weirdos in general. But yeah, I had some gnarly cuts before. But yeah, let's stop talking about bleeding and cutting and surgery and.
All right, we got multiple side bets this week. We got. I'm still in the middle of a aggregate with Danny Bananas. I'm up by about 20 going into week 11. I started a new side bet with the man himself, Clay Sutton, and that's going to be 11 and 12 aggregate. And then me and Doughboy got 2 side bets. Matt Ryan versus Marcus Mariota, 0.02 ether for just highest score. And then Derek Carr versus Taylor Heineke. I got 1.5 extra points on Heineke's total score for another 0.02 ETH. And then anybody else who wants some side actually come in next week? I'm thinking Doughboy, I haven't talked to you about this, but next week I got a couple special guests lined up to just drop in and talk some nonsense.
We'll push it a little more. We'll hammer. What we should do is we should hammer out the waivers like in the first 25 minutes.
Yeah,
and then bring everybody on.
Yeah, but next week I got a couple guests lined up I haven't talked to you about who are just going to be like fun, entertaining guests who don't really know shit about football.
Oh, nice! I like it.
Just hop in, drink some beers, type thing. That'd be good.
Potentially, they enjoy side betting as well.
A girl.
That's probably a mistake. Probably shouldn't bring girls around us.
Good enough.
Nah.
All right, I'm at Junglegoat on Twitter.
At Doughboy__215. Yeah, you're right. No one watches our show. Bring all the women on. No one watches this shit anyway. You're right. This is great. We'll be back next week, everyone. Set your lineups and get your waiver claims in. Take it easy.